back, everybody, to the video series dedicated X on the Beach Season 4 Peak of Love season. And let's just jump into where last episode left off, and that was at the Winter Wonderland party. Lademi and Marlon were going at each other, and while they were yelling, somebody knocked over the ice sculpture, which almost crushed Callum's foot. Oh my gosh. And let's fast forward to the next day, and Lademi is completely over Marlon, squelching anything before anything even began. Marlon is talking to Jack and is digging Jack's vibe. How is that gonna play out? We'll have to wait and see. Over on the other side of the house, that's where Nicole is telling people that, hey, her and Laurel are trying to work things out. However, at the Winter Wonderland party, her and Allie were making out in the pantry. Oh, and she's saying it so loud and so proud, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, this tea isn't gonna get spilled all over this house? But then, a giant alarm starts ringing in the house, and that's when everybody gathers up and is waiting to see which three people are going to go out to the peak to see Romeo and see which ex or exes are going to be coming into the house. And the three people chosen this episode to go out there was Georgia, Allie, and Daniel. And so they leave, going out to the peak. They find Romeo. Romeo's talking to them. Allie and Georgia do not want to see another ex. Daniel is just being Daniel. And I think this episode really shined a light on Daniel and who Daniel is and his tendencies of leaning into his eccentricities. He doesn't want to get too close with people, or he's not so comfortable with showing emotion. And a lot of people are saying that they just don't know Daniel. They don't know him on a deeper level. And I think on paper, he is a prime candidate for reality TV. However, he's just not there, like, ready to be on reality TV based dating shows, as this is like his third or fourth one after The Bachelorette, after Bachelor in Paradise, and now X on the Beach. And he's not really vibing with anybody. And so I think people are just wondering, is he ever gonna just like lighten up? I think he's just a kind of a shy guy anyways, but put TV cameras and expectations on him and he just kind of clams up a little bit more. So now everybody's waiting for this ex to show up, and they're skiing down, they're snowboarding down this mountain, and they reveal themselves to be, that's right, Daniel's ex. And she's talking about how they were good together, that while they're dating, he just decided to ghost her and go on to doing reality TV dating shows. And she wants some answers, but she also wants to get back with Daniel. So they are left to their own devices as Georgia and Allie go off to the house. And Romeo says, oh, by the way, tell everybody that the ice ceremony is going to be happening, and one ex is going to be leaving the house before this episode is over. So they go tell everybody in the living room that Daniel's ex showed up. She's kind of kooky, but so is Daniel. Also, there's an ice ceremony. They show up, they're talking about Daniel and not knowing Daniel. And I think that's another thing with Daniel. He's just not vocal with his emotions enough to even trust somebody he was dating outside of a reality TV show, and now you put him on a reality TV show. And I think this is apparent when they're doing their little date, when they're painting on themselves outside. I mean, Daniel feels a little too stiff. Before we get into the ice ceremony and the little cherry on top of this whole episode, let's go talk about the Sauna of Secrets, where on X on the Beach, when there was a beach, it was called the Shack of Secrets. But the sauna has such a robust and classy feel to it, more than a shack. And Nicole and Laurel are both picked to go into the Sauna of Secrets, and Nicole can't stop laughing because she is so, like, nervous. But then when they get into the Sauna of Secrets, I think Nicole thinks that this is just like a muffin vendor system, because she just throws out the whole secret thing and she's just eating this muffin like it's no big deal. That's when Laurel finds a note inside her red velvet muffin, and it says to press play, and that's when there's a video of Nicole saying how she cheated on Laurel, and then it shows her cheating on Laurel by making out with Allie at that Winter Wonderland party after they were starting to get things going and moving and grooving. If that wasn't enough, there was a live feed going to the other house guests that are not in the Sauna of Secrets, and that's when Nicole blatantly says that she is not going to pursue anything with Allie, that this is just fun inside the house and it's not going to work outside of the house, which breaks down Allie because Nicole is like the first girl she's ever been into, and for Nicole to use her like that. And Allie already said that she falls too quickly and too hard, like, all the time. So she put too many eggs in Nicole's basket and it just was not gonna work. Allie said she's done with Nicole, but we'll have to wait and see about that now, shall we? Nicole storms off out of the Sauna of Secrets, and Laurel is just sitting there with her muffin in a robe. Now let's just go into the piece de resistance, and that is the ice ceremony. And in this ice ceremony, only the singles with exes in the house are going to be able to get to vote. So there's only going to be 4 votes casted this episode, as Callum, Daniel, Adore, and Nicole are the only singles with exes in the house. And leading into this ice ceremony, there's only 2 options. My whole thing going into this is that season 2 was a crap fest because they put so many people in that house, like nobody got voted out, nobody was making connections. Houseplants had more stories and personality than some of the people inside that house. If it was just those 2, Megan already tried everything she could with Callum. She talked to him. She tried to get him back. She tried to like say whatever she can to break up him and Georgia, but Callum wants nothing to do with her. She's not making a ton of other romantic connections. She's making a lot of connections with the females and the males in the house, but nothing romantic wise. If I was me, I would want to see Megan go off, find somebody better instead of being stuck in a house with her ex and his new boo. After the first 2 votes were casted, it's a 1-1 Shelby and Megan. The next one is for Megan, and the last one is for Megan. Megan is out of this house 3-1. But that's it for this episode. What did you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think is gonna happen next week? In those previews, it looks like Marlon and Jack kind of start something, and maybe it gets a little messy with the door. But what do you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. And do you think Laurel and Nicole will actually work things out, or do you think by the end of this, Laurel will snap Nicole's neck? Let me know that in the comment section below. I want to hear what you have to say. But thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more videos, more challenge videos, challenge brief history on Saturdays, challenge review and recap on Thursdays, NFL predictions on Tuesdays. And join me next week for another X on the Beach Peak of Love review and recap. But until then, peace.